Okay, well, what's this energetic battle happening?
All right, we're doing it. It's kind of a battle between light and dark, and it's happening at a physical and at a non-physical level.
Okay.
And essentially, we want to come out on the other end of it, on the other side of it, in unity consciousness. And unity really means both light and dark living together in harmony. So a lot of people think that like 5D frequency is this other world, this other place, this, butterflies and rainbows and
It's
aura,
not?
vibrations. And it is when you're in it. But the way that I kind of like to describe the fifth dimension frequency is it's a perception change.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually, when you change your mindset and you change your perception, your physical reality will change with it. And it takes a lot longer for that physical reality to shift into the highest vibrational alignment because the physical world is dense, as we all know, and it's just a slower vibration. So you may take 3 years to manifest a new living situation, but to change your mindset is momentary. And so what's happening on planet Earth is the vibrational frequency, the energy on planet Earth is changing. It's going from a very low vibration, a very dense vibration, a very linear vibration. And by that, I mean, it's all this or all that. It's all or nothing. It's black or white. It's right or wrong. That's the linear. It's the past or the future. Whereas where we're moving is once again this unified energy, this unified field, which is it's yes and no. It's right and wrong. It's black and white. It's high and low vibration. And so we enter into this state, which is kind of this quantum simultaneous state. And it can be very overwhelming for people to enter into a state where everything exists simultaneously. It's kind of like multitasking, but in your reality.
So when we're talking about the energetic battle being more specific, are there, like, I feel like I've heard about if your low vibration is low, that it is like an entry point for entities to be able to feed off of your energy. And when your energy level's high enough, they can't feed off of you. So it's like an exponential downward spiral. So if that's true, then what is that part of the energetic battle? And what is trying to take your energy?
Yeah, so definitely like other entities, even extraterrestrial beings who are not of a higher vibration. When you're in a low vibration or you're separated from that source energy, then you're very greedy, you're very kind of individualistic, and you're just looking for power and control, and you're hungry for that. And so that's what these entities gravitate towards. They gravitate towards the light. They gravitate towards the high vibration so that they can essentially feed off of it. As gross and creepy as that sounds, it actually does happen. And there have been many different historical records of whether it be monsters or entities or, nightmarish kind of things. There have been, records of these things purported in many different kind of timelines in human history, along with a religion. Of course, we know, the demons and all of that. And so I truly believe that we can all kind of go within, discern the energy that is coming in, and we can stand in our power and raise our vibration, which does shift our energy away from the lower vibrations, which also, like you mentioned, doesn't allow these entities or energies to hang on to us. So this basically, there's a lot of information with the energetic battle, but at the end, humanity as a whole is meant to make a decision. And the reason why there's a lot of extraterrestrial presence around this, and around planet Earth, there's a reason. The reason why there's like a lot of emphasis around this kind of battle at this time is because we do have to make a choice whether we're going to continue this separation, continue the darkness, continue the individuality, or if we want to move into that kind of upper, higher vibrational unity. And it has huge effects for the rest of the universe, depending on what we choose. And, if we're going to go there, I truly believe that human beings are a hybrid species, which means that I believe that there was a missing link back in our evolutionary progression. And that missing link was interdimensional forces. And I believe that they came in and they messed with our DNA and they actually upgraded us with their DNA. And because of this, we are essentially the children of these interdimensional beings. And as these children, what I've channeled is that we are actually a peace treaty. So essentially, what we choose based on the certain vibration that we just embody, right? It's a choice, but it's also an embodiment that will actually have huge effects on, say, the Galactic Federation, the solar system, and this galaxy and beyond, based on the fact that we are presented with some of the lowest vibrational energies in the universe, and we are presented with some of the highest vibrational energies in the universe. And we're kind of like these children, like, do you want to go to mommy or daddy? And like, what direction do you want to go in? And that's ultimately our choice. And there's a lot of manipulating factors that we have to be aware of that have actually been implanted within society for quite some time. And that's where, the distractions and the fears really come in. And that's why we see a lot of negativity at this time, a lot of polarity at this time. But likewise, we see an increasing amount of awakening souls and higher vibrations.
So why are we so important to the Galactic Federation or to the universe? Like, why do we matter in this giant universe, multiverse, where there's trillions and trillions of galaxies and, even more zeros on the end to how many inhabitable planets there probably are? Why do we matter?
Yeah, that was one of my first big questions when I ended up getting abducted at the age of 18 and kind of blew the lid off of my reality of, oh my goodness, they do exist. They are here. Why us? Like, I figured there's got to be something else out there, but why would they bother with human beings, like this ant-like species, in the universe, this third dimensional, archaic caveman kind of civilization? So that was one of my biggest questions. And once again, it comes back to this peace treaty. So from what the Galactic Federation has relayed to me for many, many, like millions, if not billions and trillions and beyond years, there has been an energetic battle happening in the universe. And if you think about it, there's all of these beings, all of these civilizations that are in different dimensions and on different planets. And the ones who are in higher vibration is, let's just all live in peace and unity together. And we do exist in a binary or polarizing universe, which means that everywhere in the universe, there's going to be light and dark. There's going to be a difference, which is a really great way to learn and grow and get challenged and move forward. So the light beings are, let's live in unison and in harmony with the darkest aspects of the universe and the lightest aspects, right? And then the darkest aspects or the darkest civilizations of this universe are, screw that. Why would I live in harmony with you and give up part of my resources when I could just take your resources? And at that kind of logical level, I'm like, yeah, I guess I could, I guess. So, but that's kind of where they come from. And what the Galactic Federation has done, and for those who don't maybe know what the Galactic Federation is, I always kind of akin it to like a galactic government for the universe, kind of like the UN, but like less corrupt, maybe a lot less corrupt. And they're just here to align the different beings in the universe and the civilizations in the universe to the universal truths. So one of the, or universal laws, I should say, one of the universal laws is the law of non-intervention, which basically means that no being is able to intervene or take the free will away from another being, right? So that sovereignty is so important all throughout the universe. And what happens in universal galactic history is these lower vibrational beings continue to intervene, continue to manipulate, continue to take power, resources, energy, supplies, whatever, from other civilizations which is a huge no-no in the universe. And so the GFL has to basically come in and like sort things out. And so there's been a lot of peace treaties, and you can think about these old peace treaties as kind of like maybe imagining like a piece of paper, like two, officials sit down and say, okay, like we're going to have peace for 10,000 years. I agree to this peace. And every single time the lower vibrational beings always find a way to get greedy and want more and override the peace treaty contracts. That is why a very long time ago, it was prophesied in the Galactic Federation from a very ancient mystic who said, there is going to be a civilization that is created that is going to end the war of all wars. And they didn't know what civilization it was or how it was going to come to be. But the mystic relayed the information that this civilization was going to be the creation of once again, some of the lowest vibrational beings and some of the highest vibrational beings in the entire universe, and us as these children with the very extreme polarity within us, the capabilities of really any experience in the universe, we then have to make a decision, but we have to be free in order to make that choice. And what's taking place right here on planet Earth is all of the old systems that were created to suppress and oppress us and to keep us into a lower vibration, they're all crumbling and collapsing. Because I believe that a lot of our societal systems were put in place and created by some of these lower vibrational beings to really trigger us into the fight or flight, to trigger us into the survival kind of mentality, which is the lower vibration. And so as these systems are crumbling and breaking down, we're feeling more and more free and more liberated. And I know 2020 was a lot for a lot of people, but I believe that it was exactly what humanity needed in order to shift away from what these norms are, the 9-to-5 job. All of a sudden people are like, maybe I don't want the 9-to-5. Maybe I want to create my own business. Maybe I want to have freedoms in other ways. And we're getting away from the system that was really put in place for us.